I'm blonde. What is this? My hair is peeking out. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. I'm blonde. Just kidding, it's a wig. But as you can see by the description box below, this is my Cinderella look. I decided to do a segment on my channel for a couple weeks. I'm going to be doing all different Disney princesses, so you can keep an eye out for that. And I decided to start out with Cinderella, the one and only. So if you would like to see how I achieved this look, please keep on watching and I'll see you soon. So I already have my base done. I used the Nivea Men Sensitive Aftershave Balm as my primer. Loving this. It's really great. Highly recommend it. But especially for if you're going to be wearing your makeup for a long period of time, excuse me, I would definitely recommend a primer because it'll keep your makeup on longer and it'll just have everything stick. So I started off with that, and then to correct under my eyes, I have this Model Co. highlighting trio, and I took this salmon shade right here and I used that under my eyes to sort of neutralize everything in there because girl's a little tired today. So that helped with my concealer. And then I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and that is my liquid foundation. This has become my ride or die. I'm running out, so I'm going to be running to the store in about a week or two to pick up a new bottle of this because it is amazing. My skin has not looked this great with makeup on in a while, and I definitely think it's because of this and the Nivea Men's. And then I just powdered everything with the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder. I just used my Beauty Blender to apply that. This is the Real Techniques one. I love this. It's really great. And now I'm going to be moving on to my contour. So for Cinderella, I don't have her face shape, clearly. So I'm going to literally be contouring my face to look like hers. So I'm going to be using my Shocker Anastasia Contour Kit. And because I am changing my bone structure, I'm going to be using the two shades because this is pretty severe. So I'm starting out with this darker shade, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little higher than the normal place that I would contour, and I would normally contour, here's my bone going this way, but I'm actually going to contour down more this way to make my face look more oval. So going like this. And then just blending that out. And then to make it a little bit more severe and more sunken in, I'm going to be taking my normal contour shade, which I clearly need to replace, and this is more of an ashy brown, so it's going to look a lot more like a shadow rather than like a bronzer or something that I put on. And I'm just going to go over where I put that first one. Okay. And then I'm just going to contour the rest of my face. My jawline, I'm just going to make sure that I accentuate my chin a little bit because she does have a pretty defined chin. So I'm just going to bring these lines up a little bit more and then just defining my jawline. Okay. And then just finishing off, I'm going to make my nose just a little bit slimmer. Give it that cute little turned up nose that most of the princesses have. And then just so it doesn't look like I forgot any parts of my face, gently going around my forehead to make everything blend together. Okay, so once it is all contoured, obviously it's time to highlight. So I'm going to take this banana powder and I'm just going to bring that under my eyes, and this will also help brighten under the eyes a little bit, so it'll help me look a little less tired today. And then I'm going to take the matte highlight shade, and I'm going to put this under the eyes as well. And because I don't have yellow tones in my skin, I need to make sure that I do this because while the banana powder does brighten, I need to make sure I don't look jaundiced or something. So I like to just take the highlight shade and put it over it to sort of balance everything out. And then I also run it down the center of my nose, and then on my cheeks, and then a little bit on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. And then just taking the shimmer shade, I'm only going to apply this to the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow, and then it's time for blush. So I really like using the Clinique 101 Aglow. I think this is a great shade for Cinderella. She just kind of has like a flush to her. It's not really like a blush, and I think this is a great shade for that. It also has a little bit of a shimmer in it, so it also acts as a highlight. And this is a lot. You have to use a lot of blush for this. So. That is the base really of the whole face. So you can see how that's going. So now moving on to brows. I already toned them down a little bit. I use my Sedona Lace 168 eyeshadow palette, and I took this shade right here and an angled brush, and I just brought down the color of them. Cinderella is obviously a blonde, and I obviously am not. So I have to really change a lot of the color of my hair. So she does have like brownie blonde brows, so as long as I just tone them down a little bit, it's not too bad. If you're blonde already, congratulations. You can just maybe darken them a little bit with a light brown to make them more defined, and then if you have darker brows like me, you can either leave them or you can lighten them a little bit if you would like to. So once I have them down as much as I really can without them looking crazy, I'm going to take this light brownie peach shade, and I'm just going to fill in my brows the way I normally would, and this will add a little bit of definition back into them and make them look a little bit more normal. And you can use whatever you want for your brows. You could use a dip brow pomade, you could use a brow gel, anything really. There isn't really a specific brow shape to her. I have mine like pretty arched, which works, but nothing too dramatic. You don't want it to be like crazy 2016 brows. You want them to just look like eyebrows on the face. So now that the brows are done, it's time to move on to the eyes. So these are super simple. Looking at the photos of her, she really doesn't have much eyeshadow on. The real life one obviously does, but it's up to you on how you want to approach it. So I just like to do pretty neutral eyes. So I'm going to start off with this bone kind of color. This is from the Carly Bybel BH Cosmetics palette, and it's just a matte neutral color, and this is going to take out all the like redness and veininess from my eyes, and it just acts as a nice base for them. And then I'm going to be taking this peachy purple color right here, and this is going to act as the definer for my eyes. Cinderella and Disney princesses in general have very big eyes, so by deepening the crease or changing where the crease is, it'll make your eyes look wider and more open. So I have pretty big eyes already. I have a pretty deep crease, so I'm just going to deepen it and bring up the arch a little bit to make it an illusion that my crease is a little bit higher than it actually is. So I'm bringing this right into my crease, and then right at the top I'm bringing the shadow up a little bit more than where my crease is. And then I'm going to take, where are you? My little blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out so that it's not a harsh line. Okay, so once you have your crease to where you want it to be, I like to take this more shimmery color and just add that to the lid. And this brightens up the eye a little bit more with the shimmer. And then, this is optional, you can add a little bit of blue to the lid. I like to add a very little amount. So going back into my Sedona Lace palette, I clearly have a wide range of blues, and it's just very lightly, I'll put that right in the center of my lid along my lash line. So that it's not too prominent, but it's still there. Okay, so moving on to eyeliner. The princesses have big eyes, so by creating, oh god, I almost just threw this across the room. Whew. So by adding the illusion of an almond eye, that really helps make the eyes a lot bigger. So I don't do a wing or anything. I'm gonna take this is a liquid eyeliner. I don't even know who this is by, it's rubbed off. But it's just a little felt tip pen. And I bring it all the way to the end, and then very slowly drag it across my lash line. I'm not making a line that's too thick or too thin. It's just somewhere in the middle. It'll still stand out once I put false lashes on, but it's not going to be like a crazy thick line. You can also make it a little bit thicker on the outer part of the eye, and that'll help really widen them this way. Alright, so once that's even, it's time to do the false lash section, because obviously Disney princesses have a lot of eyelashes. I like to start off by doing my own eyelashes first, so eyelash curler, and then using the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. And this just makes my lashes look super full, and it'll help them blend in with the false lashes easily. There are a lot of different styles you can do for Disney princesses. My personal favorite is the Wispies by Ardell, because they're a little bit more dramatic than the Demi Wispies, and they're still natural looking. But today I'm going to be using the Demi Wispies. I think they work just as well. The main thing I like is making sure that the lashes have more of an extension on the outer part of the lash, so that it really widens the eyes and gives it that big doe eye look that the princesses have. What I like to do is I use the Duo eyelash adhesive. This is the clear one. You can use any eyelash adhesive really. I don't like the Ardell one. I have used it before, and I just don't think it sticks well enough, which is why I really like Duo. So I like to take a tweezers and the back of my hand, and I feel like this just deposits the adhesive really well onto the lash, because you can control how much goes on, where if you're depositing it right from the bottle squeeze thing, sometimes too much comes out. But with this, it's very controlled, and I just like to paint it on to the lash. I realize you probably can't see what I'm doing. And I just get a nice even coat. I like to put a little bit more on the inner and outer corners, because those are the two places that I feel like come up first. And then I like to bend them a little bit as they're drying, so that they take more of an eye shape rather than the shape of the container they were in. So just doing that. And you want to wait about 30 seconds for the glue to dry. If you don't, it sometimes becomes a crazy mess. And then I start at the middle to outer part and Just drop it right down. And then I just take my fingers, sometimes I'll take the tweezers, and this just helps combine it better with your lashes. You really want to make sure that it's blended, that you can't really tell where your lash starts and the false lashes start. I'm just going to be taking a gray eyeshadow and widening my outer corner. So again, going into my Sedona Lace palette, you can use any gray eyeshadow. I'm going to take a matte one. Just make sure that it's not shimmery. That's the biggest thing. So really gently adding this to the lower lash line and staying to the outer corner. You don't want to bring this all the way around because that'll close off the eye and make it look smaller. By keeping it on the outer corner, it makes the eyes look wider, and this is just helping with that effect of making your eyes look really big and wide and doe-eyed and almond-shaped and all those characteristics of Cinderella. And then the final touch on the eyes is adding white eyeliner to the lower lash line. This just helps bring everything together. It helps widen the eyes even more. It makes it look like the white is lower down. So I like to use this NYX eyeliner pencil. It's the Eye and Eyebrow pencil, and it's in the shade SPE 906 White. And when you're going for eyeliners that you're going to be putting in your eye, you have to make sure that it is certified for that, because there are two types of eyeliners. There's one that's meant specifically for your eyelid. It is not supposed to go in your eye. And then there's other eyeliners that are certified by dermatologists to go in your eye. This is one of them. And just very gently I run this right on my lash line. Okay, and now moving on to lips. So the lips for Princess are very specific to each girl. Cinderella has this like pinky red. So I finally found my perfect shade for her. So I'm just going to start out with this sugar lip scrub that I got in my Ipsy bag. And it's not really a scrub. It has a couple beads in it, but I like to use it just to smooth out my lips. It helps hydrate them a little bit. Starting off, I'm going to be using my NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Red, MPL11. And this acts as the base for everything. I really want to accent my Cupid's bow, so I'm making sure to do that. Now, I'm taking my Pacifica lipstick. This is a nude red, and it is a natural lipstick. I thought it was something else. Just kidding. It's just a lipstick. It has this like velvety matte consistency to it, but this is the color, and it's like a brownie red. So this helps neutralize the bright red of the base, but the two of them together is so beautiful. And I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs shade. This is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I'm just going to add this to the center of my lips. And it ties everything together. And here I am as Cinderella. I can't believe I'm blonde. I don't know how I feel about it, but here we are. Oh god. Obviously, trying to cover up as much of the red hair as possible. My hair would be a little bit better if I was wearing this for a longer period of time, but I'm not. I'm taking the wig right off after this. So here we are. You can obviously add the little headband that she has, her choker, the gloves, all the works. But here is the finished Cinderella look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you would like to see in the future. I am going to be doing, like I said, a Disney princess segment for a while, so I'll be doing as many princesses as I can. I might have some special guests on that I do makeup on them to look like princesses, because obviously I can't cover all of them, but stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions about what I used on my face or about the wig, let me know and I'll try and answer them down in the comments below. Everything you need to know about the products that I used is also going to be down in the description box, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye!